We don't want to have deforestation, mainly in Indonesia and Malaysia. So imports from this part of the world will be lowered. And that gives more space, of course, for our farmers that are in compliance with all our laws, especially our environmental laws. We have the new Renewable Energy Directive, and this is quite good. It gives space for low-risk biofuels, but it will phase out the high-risk biofuels. The legislation is there, and now the Commission has to come up with a delegated act to define what is high risk and low risk, and that will come on the 1st of February next year.
We have a chance to take the crop-based biofuel as a whole out of the very negative corner, because there has been quite a, let's say, collective bashing in the past from all kinds of politicians, NGOs, etc. on our industry, and we feel that has been done, let's say, to the wrong addressee, because there's no, or if any, very little replacement of land happening with European feedstocks.
What we hope for is that at a minimum this delegated act will phase out the support for the highest emitting biofuels, which we consider to be soy and palm oil. There is a risk for this delegated act to create loopholes in these categories. That could even double the amount of palm oil that we're currently using in Europe for biofuels without ending at all the indirect land use change impacts. So that's a major concern for us, and we really hope that the delegated act will prevent any loopholes in that direction.
This has a huge impact also for the whole economy. So whether we want to develop the bioeconomy, the circular economy, and to go further in this direction, we are at a corner now, and we have to choose. If you take 1 ton palm oil in importation in the EU, there are 2 tons rapeseed less, and that means also 1 ton soy meal imported, which is GM. So the impact is huge. We have to choose between produce locally rapeseed or to import palm oil that is deforesting, and soy meal which is GM and potentially deforesting also in South America.
There's also a need to differentiate between palm oil used in transport and palm oil used in other sectors like food and cosmetics. We can have a discussion about the sustainability of palm oil used in food and cosmetics. However, when it comes to palm oil used for transport, all the pointers show that palm oil has a very high land use impact and is associated with deforestation and expansion in high carbon stocks.
This is a chance of bringing at least the feedstock which has the highest controversy, which is palm, not banning it. I think this would be also the wrong signal, because we have other industrial sectors involved with these countries as well, the big exporting countries, but putting it on a cap on a future level, which is in 2019. So, and then give it some years' time. If the situation on land conversions improve, if they do, we can rethink. If they don't, they get phased out. But we distinguish between, within the crop-based biofuels, between, let's say, better and worse fuels.